Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
New York Times Business. February 3, 1023 America New York. Strong job growth in January as a boost for Biden. President Biden has for months pointed to solid hiring trends as evidence that his agenda has rebuilt the economy after the pandemic shutdowns. New York Times Business.
February 3, 1023 America New York. Strong job growth in January as a boost for Biden. President Biden has for months pointed to solid hiring trends as evidence that his agenda has rebuilt the economy after the pandemic shutdowns.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 3, 1019 America New York. IMF tempers its medium-term forecast for China. The fund expects China will grow at an annual rate of 3.8% in 5 years, reflecting its shrinking population and declining productivity gains.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. February 3, 9 o'clock America New York. Elon Musk trial over Tesla tweets heads to closing statements. Jurors in the federal trial over the CEO's 2018 tweets proposing to take Tesla private are poised to hear closing statements before deliberating on a verdict.
Global economy.
February 3, 8:59 America New York. Britain should not accept its status as the sick man of Europe. The country has economic problems, but there are solutions if only politicians would grasp the nettle.
BBC News Business.
February 3, 8:45 America New York. Energy bills. What can I do if I can't afford to pay? If you're struggling to afford your gas and electricity bills, what options are available?
Daily FX Market News.
February 3, 844 America New York. Breaking news. US NFP surged to 517K versus 185K expectations. Unemployment rate falls to 3.4%. The U.S. jobs market enjoyed a red-hot January with 517K new jobs added, with job growth widespread.
BBC News Business.
February 3, 8:43 America New York. Jobs growth surges in U.S. despite slowdown fears. Employers in the U.S. added an unexpectedly high 517,000 jobs in January.
Daily FX Market News.
February 3, 8:20 America New York. Central Bank Recap. Crucial takeaways from the Fed, BOE and ECB. Find out what major developments took place in a week consisting of 3 major central bank meetings and what it means for markets going forward.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 3, 8:20 America New York. Gautam Adani's wealth almost halved by stock price plunge. The Indian industrialist's net worth has declined by around $58 billion since the publication of a report by a U.S. short seller. Global economy.
February 3, 8:14 America New York. For love or money, the hidden victims of financial abuse. Being trapped in a financially controlling relationship is more common than you think.
New York Times Business. February 3, 808 America New York. Tech earnings disappoint investors as giants stress cost cuts. Apple, Amazon and Alphabet all reported disappointing quarterly results, as they emphasized efforts to cut costs in the face of an economic slowdown. Economic conditions are challenging, Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, warns.
Marginal revolution. February 3, 7:29 America New York. Real return bonds not a loony idea. The Canadian government has said it will stop issuing real return bonds, i.e. inflation-indexed bonds. Real return bonds are extremely useful to anyone who wants a steady stream of income that keeps up with inflation, retirees, for example.
BBC News Business. February 3, 6:32 America New York. Fraud claims against Adani Group spark political row in India. Indian opposition leaders demand an investigation into the Adani Group amid allegations of financial fraud.
Daily FX Market News.
February 3, 6:30 America New York. EUR/USD gains as Eurozone data show modest return to growth. The euro ticked higher on news that its home economy expanded at last in January, raising hopes that recession can be sidestepped.
Marginal revolution.
February 3, 2:37 America New York. Rashid Griffith on the need for a Caribbean think tank. Worth another link. Here is one bit. In my opinion, the first priority for a Caribbean think tank or program should be to advocate for the implementation of dollarization, which involves the replacement of all existing Caribbean currencies with the United States dollar, USD, as the sole currency.
Global economy.
February 3rd. 1:32 America, New York. China's recovery might be a bit less than meets the eye. Investors should not assume this upturn in economic growth will be just like previous ones. Marginal revolution.
February 3rd. 018 America, New York. Where will the impact of ChatGPT fall? From my email. One dialogue that is missing from the current GPT conversations is about where these technologies will be primarily implemented. There are two places GPTs can be used: